Hi, welcome to Ruby Programming. Today we look at Ruby arrays and we're going to learn how to declare them in Ruby, and then we're going to be able to access them and change the values. So the most simple way to declare to array is the square brackets, because that's an array, right? But we can't access that one. What we need to do is give it a name. It's just like declaring an integer or a string, a variable. What we do is we give it a name. So we'll give it any name at all. HT equals an array, and that's us declared an array. And what we can do is we can assign it values. We can say HT equals square brackets 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit enter. And if we type HT null equals that, we can also take it back to just the square brackets, HT, and there's nothing outside it. Okay, and so if we want to, at the moment we've got no indexes to it, so if we wanted to add HT equals HT square brackets element number 4 equals 5, and if we type HT null, we now have 5 elements and it starts at 0, element index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5, and the value 5, that could be any value. And so we can now do HT square brackets 8, and we want to assign this value 2 to it. And now if we do HT, now we've got 9 elements, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's element number 8 because it starts at 0, so it's always -1, and so we can put any number in there we want. So to access the first one, it would be HT 0 equals 55, and if we type HT, now 0's been added the value of 55, and so that's how we add values to it. There's other ways to declare an array. If we can do a string array, and so if we go name equals array, we can do the same and then add data, but what we can do is we can go Charles, double quotes, this, double quotes, John, comma, double quotes, Steve, double quotes, square brackets, hit enter. Now it's a lot of typing, the double quotes and the commas to separate them, to get that. There's an easy way of doing it, and it can be, I'll do it again, name equals percentage sign, W for word, square brackets, Charles, a space to separate the word, John, space, Steve, and Edward, and square brackets, to enter, and it's put all the double quotes and the commas in for you, and that's much easier, and that's a special character, the percentage and W. Now to access the string array is the same way as you would access an integer array. You would type in the name of the array, the square brackets. So if we wanted to get Stephen, that would be 0 for Charles, 1 for John, and 2 for Stephen. So we'd put Stephen, hit enter, and there you go. Stephen's came up on the screen. So if we wanted Edward, we would go name, square brackets, 3 square brackets, enter. So that's how you would access the array. But there's another way to create arrays, and that's with the same way you would create an object in Ruby as well. You would give the name of the class dot new, and it creates a new object. Well, if I type name, which is the name of this array, dot class, this will tell us what kind of class and this array belongs to, and it's called array with a capital letter, and it's a capital letter because it's a class. And so to create an array, you can go capital letter A array dot new, and it will create a new array for you. So of a name equals capital A R Y dot new, and as you can see, it's created an array. Now the thing about this one is the new keyword has parameters that can be passed to it, and they can be how many elements you want this new array to have, and you can also assign values to it. And so if I go offer name equals capital A y dot new, and have parameter 5, this parameter, the first parameter, is going to tell the array how many elements it's got. And now you've created an array with 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they've not been assigned any value, so they've all been assigned nil. That's empty. So we've got another one. It's of a name equals array dot new. We'll say we want 7 elements, separated by a comma. The other parameter apart from the 7 is going to be the value of each one of these elements. So let's say we want them all to be 3. Hit enter. Now we've got an array with 7 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the value of 3. But this method has got a flaw, is that if you go to change one value, they all are rated and can change. So it's better not to do that this way. It's better to do it with the 7, create the 7 elements, and then in curly brackets pass the values. And so I'll show you how to do that. Yeah, I'll show you how to do that, but first I'm going to make a character array. Right, so what I'm going to do is name equals array dot new brackets, let's say 5 elements, and single quote, let's give it D, and enter. Now we've got an array of 5 elements of the letter D. Now if we want to change like the one element, let's say we want to change like the third element to a capital. Well, because of the way we created that, this can mean that they will all change to capital, and so I'm going to demonstrate. So name element number 3 dot uppercase, and I'm going to do an exclamation mark to make the change. Without the exclamation mark, it prints to screen. Without the change, it doesn't change the reference to the variable. It stays the same, but when you do this, it actually makes a change, and the array actually becomes with these new values. So enter. So it's a capital D, and they were all small d's, Now if I type name, they've all been changed to uppercase, even though it was element number 3 I wanted to change. And so that can be the fault with making an array with the new parameter in brackets with how many elements and the value you want these elements to be in. But there's a way of doing it with, right, and so you use the new command with the brackets, the 5, but you don't use the second parameter, and that's what I'm going to show you now. Right, so what I'm going to do, so I'm going to create, I'm not going to put the D in the parameter for now, but I'm going to put the 5. I'm going to put 5, and after that I'm going to do curly brackets, and I'm going to put the D in here, and then I close these. So the D is going to be assigned to each one of these by doing this, as you can see. So this is the safest way to do it. Now if I do uppercase name 3 dot uppercase, square brackets 3 dot uppercase, enter. Right, I want to make the change permanent though, so enter. Now if I type name, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and the third element has been changed to a capital D. So that's the best way to do it, and the safest way to do it is with the 5 and in brackets the letter that you want to change, or the number you want to assign to these. So that's the first part of arrays. So again, there'll be a second part, so thank you for your time again.